G'day and welcome to tennis.com.au and this week's Pro Tour preview. Tennis Australia's tournaments guru Mark Handley joins us. Mark, welcome to you.
Hey, Rob again.
Mate, we head to Kalgoorlie this week, but before we talk about that event, let's take a quick look at the results from last week's event in Esperance. The finals took place yesterday, and on the women's side of things, Olivia Rogowska getting over Alicia Molik in a 3-set final. She's back on track.
Yeah, look, she's back on track, and there's a nice little rivalry starting to form between Alicia and Olivia. Alicia went to town on her in Mount Gambier and taught her a tennis lesson, but Olivia's had a little bit of time off. She's freshened up, and she's turned the tables this time around.
On the men's side of things, 4th seed Matt Ebden scored his second successive win on the Pro Tour. He beat 3rd seed John Millman in straight sets 6-3, 6-4, and he's coming into form at the right time of year.
Yeah, look, Matty is. He's ultra consistent, he's ultra professional, so he's had fantastic and consistent results through the Pro Tour this year. And certainly is the form player of the competition.
In the doubles finals, a clean sweep for Liv Rogowska. She partnered Shannon Golds to take out the title. They beat Isabella Holland and Sally Peers in the final. A great win for Rogowska and Golds because Holland and Peers actually knocked off the big pair, Molik and Delacroix.
Yeah, they did. They did knock them off. New combination, Rogowska and Golds. Normally Shannon teaming up with Emmeline Starr. So the combinations worked. So congratulations to girls. And obviously Liv taking out the singles and doubles combination.
Same thing in the men's draw. Matt Ebden, he teamed up with Colin Ebelthide, who's back on the tour. They won the men's doubles final very comfortably. They beat Dane Kelly and Jared Marr 6-1, 6-2. So this week the tour moves to Kalgoorlie for the St Ives Goldfields Tennis International. And Mark, at men's and women's combined event comes to Kalgoorlie.
It does for the first time. Traditionally, Kalgoorlie has been a women's only venue, but Tennis Australia delighted to have both men's and women's in Kalgoorlie for the first time.
On the men's side of things, the draw is out with women's qualifying matches still underway, and the top seed in the men's draw is Bryden Klein for a second consecutive week. He made his tournament comeback last week. He finished in the quarterfinals, so a little bit underdone, you could say.
Yeah, you could say. He went down to Rob Smeets 6-4, 6-1, so that's a fairly comprehensive victory in the end. But I don't think there's any question marks over Bryden's physical fitness off the court. He'd just be content with that performance on his way back to building his match fitness.
You mentioned Rob Smeets. He's got a tough first round matchup against Jason Kubler in Kalgoorlie. Now, Kubler maybe a little bit disappointed against Dane Propoggia because he had a chance to win in the first round last week.
Yeah, look, that was a marathon match. Propoggia got over the line 7-6, 6-7, 7-5 in a 3-set marathon, and I would suspect that Dane's extra experience on the Pro Tour, he's only got it 12 months ahead of Jason in the Pro Tour environment, has just got him over the line there, but I would suspect that Jason would be happy with that performance, and he'd be looking ahead to challenging Robert this week.
Another player to watch is young Matt Reid, who you mentioned last week. He came back from the States and reached the semi-finals in Esperance. He went down to John Millman, but you'd think again he's going to be a threat in Kalgoorlie.
Yeah, he's certainly been one of the players to watch in a field that's very similar to the Esperance. So I'd suspect that Matt will be looking to reproduce his form in Kalgoorlie this week.
Who's your tip then for the men's field?
Mate, it's hard to go past Matt Ebden. He's red hot, he's the form player, he's starting to build a terrific mental advantage over the rest of the field, so it's really hard to go past him at this stage.
Okay, let's take a look at the women's draw now, and Olivia Rogowska is the top seed again in the women's field, and she's going to come up against all those similar names that have been in action over the past week on the Pro Tour. Alicia Molik is in there, and one Jess Moore, who had a disappointing week last week in Esperance, but she has now a chance to bounce back.
Yeah, look, she's in a similar position to Bryden Klein after an extended layoff, just looking to get some matches under her belt, improve the match fitness, and she'll get better as each match goes on.
So of our two finalists from Esperance, we've got Rogowska and we've got Molik. Who do you think deserves favouritism heading into this week's event?
Yeah, I think Olivia deserves it this week. So, and a bit of toing and froing and the rival that we mentioned, but I think Olivia certainly this week should be the favourite. She's very lucky in the quarterfinals to get over the top of a Hong Kong girl, Ling Zhang, who was 5-3 up serving for it in that 3rd set, and Olivia managed to get through the pressure cooker of that match, and I think it's helped in the end.
Well, definitely. She's got her first Pro Tour title for the year, and she is on fire, so she's heading in with a lot of confidence to Kalgoorlie. Mark, thanks for joining us.
No worries, Rob.
Stay here on tennis.com.au and we'll provide all your news and results from the Pro Tour.